National Security Advisor hands over rescued Kaduna journalists to Minister of Information and National Orientation.
We hope and pray that time will come when we will be able to overcome this terrible thing happening to us as people. We want to assure you and assure Nigerians that we are working. It's a matter of time. It will come to an end.
National Drug Law Enforcement Agency intercepts consignments of cocaine and opioids being shipped to the United States, United Kingdom and Cyprus. And federal government moves to improve capacity of eye health professionals in Nigeria.
The goal of the whole thing is to ensure that we have improved outcomes.
Hello and welcome to the news at 11 on NTA News 24. We're live at Abuja, Nigeria's capital. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Justin Bemwi. The National Security Advisor Malam Nuhu Ribadu has handed over rescued Kaduna journalists and their family to the Minister of Information and National Orientation in his office in Abuja. The journalists and the family of one of them were handed over after undergoing post-trauma examination in the office of the NSA.
I want to formally hand them over to you, Honorable Minister of Information. And just like many others we have done in the past, it has been a continuation of efforts of all the security agencies. And we hope and pray that time will come when we will be able to overcome this terrible thing happening to us as people. We want to assure you and assure Nigerians that we are working. It's a matter of time. It will come to an end.
Minister of Information and National Orientation appealed to Nigerians to keep faith with the Tinubu administration, assuring that all kidnapped persons will be brought home safely.
I want to reiterate that this is part of the ongoing effort that the NSA is doing to bring back people who have been taken into custody without paying ransom. This is part of the desire of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is the mandate given to them to ensure that all those who are kidnapped, security agencies are at their best using new tactical methods to ensure that these kidnapped victims are brought back to their homes, to their families in safety.
We want to tell Nigerians that with the support of every citizen, the government can actually do this. I never thought that within a week of our kidnap, even though it was torturous, it was painful in there, but even the bandits themselves were saying that they were surprised that we have to go just within a week of our kidnap. So we are grateful that the government swung into action after the call for intervention, and we are grateful to the boot on ground, to the team that did the job.
The rescued journalists and their family were kidnapped from their homes in Kaduna about a week ago. Now, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, have intercepted various quantities of cocaine and opioids concealed in soles of shoes, clothes and other items being shipped to the United States, United Kingdom and Cyprus via some courier firms in Lagos. Salwa Khalil Ibrahim tells us more.
No less than 250 grams of cocaine going to Cyprus was hidden in soles of custom-made shoes. More than 5 kilograms of opioids heading to the US and United Kingdom were discovered by NDLEA officers in clothes and other household items meant to be shipped through some courier firms in Lagos. Following credible intelligence, NDLEA operatives in Edo State on Wednesday, 10th July, intercepted a vehicle at Isan Central Local Government Area. A 30-year-old man was searched and was found with custard containers where 3,000 pills of tramadol were buried in the custard powder. In another operation, at least 2,455 kilograms of materials for the production of akuskura, a new psychoactive substance, were recovered from a warehouse in Konduga town, Konduga local government area of Borno State on Thursday, 9th July, when NDLEA operatives in a joint operation with men of the Nigerian Army raided the area. The following day, Wednesday, 10th July, in Lagos, raided a warehouse in Lekki where they recovered 148 cartons of non-medical nitro oxide, popularly called laughing gas. A female suspect was arrested in connection with the seizure. With the same zeal, commands and formations of the agency across the country continued with their war against drug abuse, with sensitization activities, seizures and arrests. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
Intercepting close to 20,000 liters of petrol within 3 days is a feat which the Special Task Force, codenamed Operation Whirlwind, has vowed to sustain simply because of the huge economic loss the diversion of such volume will have caused the country as a way of cutting the supply chain. The national coordinator of the unit, Hussein Ejibonu, said the operation of the team will soon be extended across the borderline, serving as destination for such diversion. Michael Laleye reports.
Worried by the trend in which petroleum products already subsidized are diverted to neighboring countries, thereby incurring huge financial loss for the country, Operation Whirlwind Task Force team was set up to defend the national currency while reducing pressure on domestic demand. These 750 jerry cans of petrol are products of 3 days of extensive operations propelled by intelligence sharing and desire to nip bunkering in the bud.
Like Ijong, it was intercepted where somebody passed a nozzle underground across to the next building, and they were there doing their normal business. Otherwise, you will just be driving, you drive past the filling station, you will not see any activity there. You think, oh, these people, they are not selling. But at the backyard, they are there doing their illegitimate trade.
For the customs, the success is not just about intercepting the commodity, but ensuring that the proceeds of such crime are not allowed to cross the border.
We have already succeeded in cutting the supply chain out, in the sense that, for instance, in Adamawa, before we got to Adamawa, fuel was selling for 950, but with our operations there, price fell to 690.
As a way of sustaining the successes achieved by the anti-bunkering operation, the unit says it will heighten surveillance across the 20 borders in the country while assuring that perpetrators have a date with the courts. In Lagos, Michael Olaleye, NTA News.
You apparently have heard about the saying that the rich also cry. But this time, no one cries. But the #1 citizen of the Nigeria went emotional as a stage play held to honor the late mother of the president, Abibatu Mogachi. State House correspondent Musbaudin Wahab reports that the play to celebrate her life played up the motherhood, legacy and resilience of the late Iyoloja general.
History has told stories of many Nigerian heroes and heroines. Yet, there are many untold stories and unsung great ones. But when it is time, this particular story finds the right stage. the story of Abibatu Mogaji, which reenacts the motherhood, legacy, and the resilient spirit of the late woman leader, premiered in Abuja with the destined child on the biggest seat in the land. Even her grandchildren and other Nigerians from distance literally saw the late Iyaloja general on this stage as the play captures her human parts and roles in the quest for national freedom, creation of Lagos State, as well as her detribalized nature.
Thank you very much. As you all came together to appoint me as the new president, that is the same way I want you all to come together to work hard, work in unity for the progress of this market, whether you are Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba.
By the play, the great grassroots mobilizer might have seen these present days coming years ago.
Amen. You will continue to be great. Oh Allah, mark my son Ahmed for me. Make him the president of Nigeria. That Awolowo and Abatma call him. I make this prayer in the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful.
Thanks to the team for bringing back the memories, but despite his usual charismatic and resolute persona, it was a nostalgic moment for President Tinubu.
My first restaurant was her breast. My first toilet was on her lap. And my first ever bedroom was on her back. And I thank God for the gift that I had from her. And that gift is an enduring one. Character, determination, never to give up.
The show also generously displayed the culture of southwest Nigeria, particularly Lagos, and indeed a call for the need to protect the cultural heritage of the country.
We will invest in Nigerian culture and art for the education of our children and for the benefit of mankind.
How best can we then walk this path of reclaiming our greatness without telling the stories of our heroes past to inspire our up-and-coming legends? This is the basis for this team of legends, which we are starting today with the fascinating story of our great Mama Amaja Abibatu Ashabi Mogaji.
And the show continues in other parts of the country.
In an extensive initiative to support education in Osun State, the First Lady of Nigeria, Oluremi Tinubu, has flagged off the distribution of exercise books to all secondary schools in the state. Correspondent Femi Afari-Ogun reports that wife of Osun State Governor Titilola Adeleke represented the First Lady at the event in Osogbo.
The flag-off distribution of exercise books to all secondary schools in Osun State aligns with broader educational reforms by the First Lady of Nigeria, Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, aimed at improving access to quality education. Mrs. Tinubu, represented by Mrs. Titilola Adeleke, wife of the Osun State Governor, emphasized the importance of education and the role it plays in the development of young minds and the future of Nigeria.
May I use this opportunity to appeal to parents to complement government's efforts on our children's education needs. Let us support the government of the day.
Osho State Commissioner for Education, Eluwole Adedipo, reiterated Governor Adeleke's commitment to ensuring quality education is given to the students.
Our governor is a lover of education. That is why he keyed in into the federal government programs in this state.
What you have done here this day will go a long way to ensure effective teaching and learning.
The initiative by the First Lady of Nigeria aims to distribute tens of thousands of exercise books in Osun State, ensuring that no student is left behind. In Oshogbo, Femi Afariogun, NTA News.
Now this is the news at 11 on NTA News 24. We now take a break. More reports when we return. To stay with us.
You know the geography of Nigeria. But we're not a nation. A nation is a group of people with a shared vision. In many states of the Federation, with a few exceptions, we have only 2 tiers of government. The local government is completely gone.
Insightful, thought-provoking, and engaging.
Those countries that we go to buy refined petroleum products, or technically what we call distillates, are we saying their economic and political leaders are fools?
What you see that is happening in the urban area is not happening in the rural area. There's no balance, there's no holistic or a concerted approach to development.
Every development is local. You know, every underdevelopment is also local. I think what we need is to promote national development.
Good Morning Nigeria, the Nigerian Television Authority's flagship program, brings you all you need to know on current national issues that affect you. With expert analysis from professionals from all fields of endeavor, Good Morning Nigeria is your daily tonic of accurate, fact-based and intellectual discussions on issues that matter to you. Airing every weekday live between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. on the network service of the NTA. Repeat broadcasts at 5 p.m. daily on NTA NEWS24. Don't be left out. You can join us by tuning in to NTA NEWS24.
You're welcome back. The federal government is set to ensure effective implementation of the National Glaucoma Guideline and Toolkit by improving capacity of eye health professionals. Coordinating Minister for Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Ali Pate, in a message at a forum on glaucoma in Abuja, explains that refining eye care and other health threats is attracting necessary attention. Olushia Deagbo tells us more.
Glaucoma causes irreversible damage in the nerves that operate in the eye and still leads cause of irreversible vision loss globally. In recent reports of the Nigeria Blindness and Vision Impairment Survey, 0.78% of Nigerians of all ages are blind. This is increasing significantly with illiteracy and age, as more than 1 million citizens over 40 are blind.
And if we as ophthalmologists practice according to guidelines,
collective action, including integrated patient-focused care, is therefore required to tackle glaucoma. And at this workshop, consultants as well as the technical working group are examining the clinical management of patients and pragmatic management of glaucoma in this document of the Nigeria Glaucoma Guideline and Toolkit.
It has a spectrum of promotive care, preventive care, treatment, also rehabilitation. So we have that wide spectrum of care, for the patient. And in the end, the goal of the whole thing is to ensure that we have improved outcomes for patients who already have glaucoma, to ensure that they maintain functional vision throughout the rest of their lives.
So 5 in 100 of people that have glaucoma are blind from it, and that means they can't see with both eyes. So this toolkit is developed so that it helps glaucoma care teams to manage glaucoma.
Drivers of this training expect the outcome of these support projects to serve as guide for health institutions on having better methods to treat people with glaucoma. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
Now, indigent persons in Nasarawa State have continued to smile home as federal government sustains distribution of free fertilizers in the state. Aliu Tijani reports that farmers in Karo, Kefi and Kokona are the latest beneficiaries.
Karo, Kefi and Kokona have their turn to the ongoing distribution of free fertilizer as part of interventions by the federal government to boost food sufficiency in the country. 100 farmers in each wards of the local government have benefited from the free fertilizer. Governor Sule warns against diversion and selling of the items as they are meant to alleviate economic hardship and perhaps crash prices of grains in the market.
In the body of this bag, you will see clearly is written that this is not for sale. So please, if you receive, which is okay, and you are not a farmer, do us a favor, you must know a farmer, give it to a farmer so that at the end of the day, it will benefit every one of us.
He appeals to the people of the state to be patient as the gains of President Tinubu's economic reforms will soon yield results. Stakeholders laud sustained interventions of the federal government.
This surely is going to guarantee self-sufficiency in food production in the local government, and I believe across the state.
Words cannot express the joy that is in our heart. You can see it in the faces of our local farmers.
The distribution continues with the Northern Senatorial District. Aliu Tijani, NTA News.
Similarly, 200 trucks of assorted fertilizers as well as agrochemicals and improved seedlings are to be distributed and sold to farmers in the state at subsidized prices to step up food production. Governor Hyacinth Alia, who announced these at the launch of the 2024 cropping season and distribution of agricultural inputs, said Benue State has also taken delivery of 60 additional trucks of fertilizers from the federal government, which will be given out to genuine farmers. Elias Itia's report is presented.
The flag-off of the 2024 cropping season and distribution of agricultural inputs to farmers is the second since the assumption of office of the present administration in the state. Governor Hyacinth earlier disclosed that, apart from the 200 trucks of assorted fertilizers and agricultural inputs procured by the state government for distribution and sale to farmers at subsidized rates, the state government has also received additional 60 trucks of fertilizers, which he emphasized will be given to genuine farmers under cooperative societies at no cost.
The fertilizer program is more than just a bag of nutrients. It is an investment in your future, your family's futures, and the future of our nation. By optimizing soil health with this fertilizer, you can expect increased crop yields, translating to higher revenues and improved livelihoods.
Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, Professor Moses Obaji, commended the priority attention given to the Ministry of Agriculture in transforming its operations, including the recruitment and training of extension workers.
Today, please take a stroll to the industrial estate and see our fertilizer blending plant. They are set to produce. And when they begin to produce, before the end of this month, the prices of fertilizers will crash.
District Head of Mbabai, Chief Boniface Ikeanenge, on behalf of the traditional institution and farmers, appreciated the timely distribution of fertilizers and other farm inputs, promising to take advantage of the situation to ensure bumper harvest. In Makudi, Elias Itiaf, NTA News.
Now, tailoring entrepreneurs are looking up to taking their enterprise beyond design and sewing to building networks and applying communication skills to enhance their business. They expressed their desire as a team of experts from the National Productivity Center continues with productivity training for tailors in all the area councils of Abuja. Joseph Otsayan has details.
Nigerian tailors are now renowned for using different African fabrics to produce quality clothes and other materials. But over time, many have struggled to sustain or even expand their businesses.
Tailors are disappointing their customers, and you will see fight here and there. They are in police station, they are in this. Some of the tailors will be even packed to a non-destination with their machine and the cloth of the customer till they deliver. But today the story has changed.
Here, a team of experts put together by the National Productivity Center are infusing productivity skills and techniques to tailors in Buari of the Federal Capital Territory to enable them reduce waste of resources and improve efficiency in a competitive tailoring business.
To avoid accident, to enhance efficiency and improve in work environment so that any assignment being carried out will be carried out effectively and efficiently.
Now, as a fashion designer, you used to equip yourself to also a modern facilities and also acquire a new knowledge.
For one, looking at me, I have to be proud as a tailor. I am so sweet and clean, but I will add more cleanliness to what I've been doing. I'll be more organized, I'll be efficient. Above all, my communication skills with my customers has improved, not will improve.
With this training, these tailors feel they stand a chance to be more competitive in the market with quality products and services. In Abuja, Joseph Utsen, NTA News.
This is the news at 11 on NTA News 24. This is where we end the news. Thank you so much for being a part of it. My name is Justin Bemi.